look.
Laura.
Unfriended, a movie that I thought was going to have a lot of potential, but at the end of the day, wah, wah, wah. Before I get moving with this review, I need to mention that a lot of things in this movie are centered around topics that are very sensitive and just, just plain awful, like not good to talk about. So if you're super sensitive about this stuff, it's I understand. So that let's get on with it. So this movie's plot is about a girl who commits suicide because she was at a party and she got drunk and somebody filmed her and was basically being a big bully, and then released the video and felt so embarrassed that she had to take her own life. And then a year later, a bunch of they don't really specify if they're like high school or college, but like young adults are on a Skype. This is back when Skype was still the primary before Zoom, and they it's the 1 year of their friends passing, of their friends' suicide. To then, as they're talking, there's an unknown user in their chat that they try to get rid of, but they keep coming back and they can't get rid of them. So they are like, well, who is this person? We're trying to get rid of them. When the user starts just typing to them saying that who posted that video. So it becomes this like whodunit game. And I did like that. But here was the main problem that I had. Everybody in this movie sucks. And like I've said before, at least give me one person to hold on to. And the kind of, I guess, main character of the group, even with them, I was just like, I don't really care. And then did a complete like 180 at the end of the movie. I was just like, oh, you just suck. And I was like, yeah, I knew it. You just are terrible. Like, thanks. Now, with this movie's topics about cyberbullying and suicidal thoughts and suicide, it's very sensitive topics, absolutely. Bullying is just, everybody faces this, and like I've had it before, and it at times through the ringer, but I was able to get over it. But and especially with suicide, it's very hard to talk about it. It's very hard to just go with it. And this movie, I like how it's like a bit of karma, where it's just like, yeah, you shouldn't have been a terrible person. Here's your comeuppance. And it's just the things that they establish in this movie is just like, is everybody just a terrible person? Because even at the end of the movie, when what happens, it's like, is just everybody just a terrible person? And yeah, so this is just, it's a movie that I think, is using its advantages good. And I did like how it became this like super like who done it kind of thing, where it's like who throughout the course of the movie, you guys are gonna get killed, and so it's like fess up and you may live. And I like how the whole time you don't know, who this user is. You don't know if it's a glitch. You don't know if it's somebody pretending to be this girl who commits suicide. You don't know if it's their spirit. You just don't know until it gets towards the end of the movie when they lay it out on the line. And it's I'll say this. I like the idea of like an entire movie being filmed like on a desktop. Kind of like what Missing did, or like Searching did, where it's like those were pretty much just shot on one computer, and it was really cool the way they did it. And with this, it was like, okay, I would appreciate that more, but it's just everybody just sucks in this movie. Everyone is terrible. And there is the build up and some of the tension. And even like at times, like some of the kills too. Like sometimes it's super brief, but it's like, oh, ouch. Like, all right, I was not waiting for that. And yeah, it's just, even when they're supposed to be like, I guess, friends or even just colleagues, they're like just awful people. And like, I'm sick and tired of that. Just really sick and tired of that. Now, it would have been different if they were nice in the beginning, and then throughout the course of the movie, you start realizing like who these people actually are. And it's like, okay, I that would have been cool for them to do, like take these characters that hopefully no one cared for real quickly, then just tear them to shreds when we reveal who they actually are as a person. But this movie just doesn't really do that. The stuff that they do, I think, works, but it's just the characters. They like just start snipping at each other, and honestly, at times, I think this movie could have been PG-13, but it's mainly the swearing that just makes this R, and then some of the quick glimpses of gore that you get. But even that, like a lot of that could have been implied, and a lot of it is implied. So it's just like this. It feels like a very hard PG-13 movie, and like, okay, like whatever. To then, yeah, when it's revealed, it's just kind of like that's kind of what I thought. So it kind of became predictable at a certain point. And yeah, it's just I didn't like this movie. I did not. I don't think it's downright awful, because there is some things in it where I was like, you know what, that actually was a clever idea. I did like what they did with this, like when they were, all friends at the beginning of the movie, and then secrets start coming out and they just start turning on each other. It's like, okay, like, that's cool. I'm liking where this is going. But even after like secrets are revealed, it's just like, I just still don't like any of these people. And yeah, it's just, oh well. And yeah, like I said, I don't think this is just a downright awful movie, but it's one of those movies where I'm just like, this could have had so much more potential if I think if you, to me personally, like made the characters likable. Because then when all these secrets are coming out, it's just like, oh, well, that sucks. Where with this, it's just like, that sucks. Like, So I think if they made the characters more likable, then I think it would have been more of a punch to the stomach when secrets were starting to be revealed. I think that just would have been nicer and much better. And yeah, like I said, I don't think this is downright awful. It's not terrible, but it's a fine Like, I don't really see myself watching this again. Um, but, I do appreciate them for trying to do something unique and clever. And there are parts where I'm like, okay, this was pretty clever, but they don't know where to go from here. So, yeah, it's like, oh, okay, like, whatever. We're just gonna zoom by. We're just gonna keep going, and it's like, all right, whatever. Still don't like these people though.
Can we get rid of this person?
I don't know.
Was this here the whole time?
It's just probably a glitch.
Well, the glitch just typed.
Who is doing this? This is Laura's account.
Who would hack into a dead girl's account?
Maybe it's Laura.
All right, everyone, hands up right now. Who's doing this?